Hello, hello, happy Thursday, my friends. Thursday means it's Thursday Throwdown. However, because it's Valentine's Day week, I decided to do a surprise impromptu virtual card class. So if you're not familiar with my virtual card class, I brought them back this year, and I usually do them on the last Tuesday of the month. And you can watch me make 3 cards featuring the same product bundle. And then if you place an order within the next 4 days, you get those card kits for free as my thank you. And if your order is over $50, you get the embellishment I used as well. Well, because I'm in that giving kind of mood for Valentine's Day, I decided to do a virtual card class this week, and we'll do another one at the end of the month on the usual day, which is the last Tuesday of the month. So I'm super excited. I'm just going to check here to make sure we are live and good, and then we'll get started. So what's really cool this month, and a good reason why I'm going to do multiple virtual classes this month, is because it's still Celebration, you guys. So what that means is if you place the $50 order between now and Sunday, you'll get your Celebration reward, plus you'll get that embellishment that I'm using today. So let me show you that. We're using these. These are the gold faceted adhesive backed gems. So that's what I'm using for my projects today. And you'll get your free Be From Stampin' Up! Too. So bonus, right? So we'll have this going on today and the last Tuesday of the month, which I think is the 28th. So you'll have to order the 28th in order to get the extra Celebration reward if you're doing that virtual card class. But you can order this one anytime between now and Sunday, and you'll get the Celebration reward of your choice, plus the embellishments and the kits. So it's a win-win-win. Hi, Peggy. Hi, Liz. So let's go ahead and get started, and I'll show you what we are making. I'm going to flip this around and then do this. Let's just make sure you guys can see. Let me put that in there. So there's the shopping link and the host code. I just freaked out and was like, is it February? Yes, it is February. I'm all messed up here. All right, so these are the 3 cards we're going to make. These are featuring the Desert Details Delicate Desert Suite, or the Desert Details bundle. So this is the stamp set, and I will tell you that when I first saw this, it was not one that I felt I needed, but I saw it demonstrated on at Backstage in New Orleans last year, and it was fabulous. So here are the dies, and there's a couple of frames. There's some die cuts for the stamps. There's a cool little border strip, this little Aztec-y thing, which I'm going to use some little grass, so desert grass, of course. So super cute stamp set, and so much good stuff. So I just love this collection now that I've been playing with it. Hello, my friends. Hi, Debbie. Hi, Betsy. Good afternoon from upstate New York. You know what, you guys? I have spring fever. It is like, well, my computer says it's 62 outside. I don't think it's that warm, but it is like mid-50s, I think. So it's gorgeous out there. So I'm hoping to get out there before I go to work later today. I have to work at 4 p.m. So I'm hoping maybe we can sneak some time outside with the pup again. We went this morning, actually. Nate and I have started a new ritual, so I get up and going a little bit earlier. We get up at 6:30ish before he leaves for work, and we go for a little walk, the 3 of us. So that's been working really well, getting more stuff done that way. But I'd love to get out again before I go into work, because it's just so beautiful outside. All right, so let's go ahead and start some stamping, you guys. So as a reminder, these 3 kits would be the ones that would be included if you place an order in the online store under my name, obviously, with the host code. Then you'll get these kits in the mail. So between now and Sunday, and I will send the kits. If your order is over 50, you'll also get the little gems too, in addition to your Celebration pick. 65 in Plymouth, Susan. So maybe it is 62 here. That's what my computer says. Oh, actually now it says 59. So that sounds more about right. 66 in Bridgewater. I know, it's crazy, you guys. I want to go outside so badly. And you know what this is going to do? It's going to make me want spring so badly, and then we're going to get like a blizzard or something in a week, and I'm going to be so sad. But, you know, that is the life in New England, right? We're kind of used to that, but oh, it makes me so excited, and then it will tease me. All right, so the colors I'm using here are Crumb Cake, Calypso Coral, Pale Papaya, and Soft Suede. I actually really love this color combo. Isn't that pretty? Really nice color combo. So for this one, this is a whatchamacallit, Crumb Cake base. So I'm going to use Crumb Cake ink. Hopefully this is the one that's inked properly. And I'm going to go ahead and repetitively stamp this little border image. If you want it to be super technical, which I am not, I'm a lazy stamper, my friends. But if you want it to be super technical, you could use your Stamparatus to get this lined up perfectly, but I am going to just wing it. I think it looks kind of cool, even if it's not perfectly spaced. You'll see, I can show you my original. You'll see it's not perfectly spaced at all. But I'm going to go ahead and just stamp this repeatedly as I go down here. And it's going to be hard because the phone is in the way a little bit, but we'll make it work. 50 in New York, huh, and overcast. It is getting a little bit overcast here right now, but it's very warm, which I am all about, you guys. Yeah, we are due for snow, unfortunately, I'm sure. I'm hopeful that maybe we'll escape unscathed this year, but we really haven't had any. We had one day where we had a little bit of dusting here on the Cape, and that has been it. And even when we went up to New Hampshire in January, New Hampshire in January, for skiing, there wasn't really that great of skiing because even they're not having the snow that we normally have. So I did ski this year, which I avoided for the last, I think, 2 years. I went the first year and was kind of like, okay, I've done it. Been there, done that. But I felt like I needed to try it again. And it was good. It was fun, but I'm just not in shape, you guys. So hence our daily walks, because we're going to try and do a streak to see how many I can get in a row, because I need to do something. Unfortunately, our crafting hobby, my friends, is very sedentary, so it's important to get out and make me do some activity. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and layer this up here. And then, there. We have, let me put that out of the way, rain tonight and mild again and rain tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow I work all day, so I don't really care what happens. Today is my short day. I worked 4 hours today at the little tile place I'm at, and then tomorrow is a full day, 9 to 5. So I'm using this, I forget what this is called, brushed metallic, I think it is, brushed metallic paper. It comes 12 by 12, and it comes in this pattern, which is Calypso Coral mostly, and then there's another one that is soft succulent colored, and they are beautiful, you guys. So it does not translate well in the picture that I posted, but it is really, really pretty. So I'm going to go ahead and attach this to the card with some dimensionals. I just had to order a whole bunch of dimensionals and adhesives because I have adhesives actually, but they're still, I forgot to take them from the box that's in my closet at home from the weekend. So I don't have any runner here. And my dimensionals are like almost out of stock. I didn't even remember to stock them for the weekend last weekend, so it's very bad. All right, so I'm going to put that there. And then I'm going to take the Calypso Coral, hi Linda, and I'm going to go ahead and ink up the 2 flowers that come in this one. So I'm going to use the large one full strength. And then for the second one, we're going to do a little stamping off. So there's the first one. And then the second one, what I'm going to do, I'm going to ink this up, stamp it on my grid paper, and then stamp it here. Okay, so it's just a little bit lighter, like second generation for that one. And then, thanks to the dies, we can actually die cut these. Like so. I'm going to take my little mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss. You guys, if you don't have one of these, and you love Stampin' Up! Product, and you love a discount, definitely consider the starter kit this month. There's only a couple more weeks left, but for just $129 plus tax, you can get this little beauty in either white or the new upcoming in color, Boho Blue. For, like I said, $129 plus tax. You get free shipping, and you'll get $175 worth of product of your choice. And yeah, it's an amazing deal. So $175 worth of product of your choice. This little mini machine, which is $60 value all by itself, and just a discount on anything else you want to order. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and run this through the little machine. It is the best little tool. I love it because it's small, and of course I like little small things because I'm only 4'11", in case you didn't know. I'm kind of small. But, oh, that kind of moved, but that's all right. But it's just really handy because it's not heavy. It's nice if you're like cropping with a friend or stamping with a friend, or if you're, you know, crafting on the go. It's really good size. It's super tiny, really cute. All right, so look at what I did. It kind of went a little wonky on me. I should have used some washi tape, but I didn't want to reach across the screen because it's over on the other side of the table. So I'm just gonna trim off some of this super excess, and we're gonna call it good, you guys. Stamping does not have to be perfect. All right, so I'm gonna just cut that off, and we'll do that here as well, like so. Cut that off. It's just this like bottom corner here that's a little bit excess, so I'm just gonna fix it. Oops, sorry, somebody's texting me. There we go. All right, so there's our two little flowers, and I'm gonna actually attach them to this piece like so. I'm gonna tuck this one underneath and that one like that, and then I already die cut this really cool little border, which is part of the dies as well. So I'm gonna kind of tuck it under here and over that one, and then I'll just trim it down. Right about there looks good. Okay, and then you can save this piece for another project. So now I'm just gonna start taping this down, and of course, because I don't have my whatchamacallit, my tape runner, I need to get this guy going. Oh good, he's working. Yay! All right, so I'm gonna use my little liquid glue here. Hold those in place. Add a little liquid glue. Don't need a lot. Less is more with that stuff, otherwise it ends up everywhere. Ask me how I know. I'm just gonna tuck that under here. And then we'll do the same with these two things. I'm just gonna add a little bit of glue like in the middle here. That might have been a little too far over, but it'll work. I want that to just overlap that heart a little bit. I mean, heart. Got hearts on the brain, my friends. Flower, and then I'm gonna add this one here. And I'm gonna tuck it under that leaf and over this one, like so. Okay, super cute. Now we just need a sentiment. So I'm gonna do the Sending Warm Rays Your Way, and I'm gonna use the dark brown, which is soft suede. Hi, Becky. And we'll stamp that on a 1/2-inch piece of Calypso Coral. Let me just test it down here, make sure it's on my stamp straight, which it is. Yay for that. So now I can stamp it on here, like so. And then I'm just gonna trim it down. So I want it to be pretty close to the side and just straight, like that. And then I'm gonna cut this side on an angle, like that. Okay, and then this is just gonna get put flush against the edge, like so, and kind of tucked under that petal. So I'm just gonna put glue like right here in this little section where it overlaps, like that. And then I'll add a little, I have a corner of a dimensional here, so I'll put that here just to match the dimension of this piece here. I'm gonna tuck that under here, line the edge up with the edge of the card, and there we have that. Oh, but we're not done. We're not done, my friends. I'm gonna do a, did you get this stamp set, Becky? It's so cute. I love it. Yes, liquid glue is a personal preference. It's my only option right now. It's not usually my go-to choice, but it does work really well for some things, and especially if you like to put things down and then move them. I put things down and pick them up. Do you remember that? Or no, what is that? I pick things up and put them down. That's what it is. That was the gym commercial of some sort. I think it was Planet Fitness. Anyway, it isn't everybody's favorite, but I do like it for the ability to kind of move things around. And right now I'm using it because that's my only option, because all my other adhesive is at my house. All right, so Question, do I have mini glue dots here? That is the question. It doesn't matter. I can use my liquid glue. You just have to let it sit a little bit. So I'm just going to put a little blob right there and tuck that into that. Give it a little hold for a second. This is a really cute stamp set, so I do like it. Like I said, it was not one that attracted my attention right away, but it is very versatile, and I love this collection. All right, so now we're going to take, you've finally grown up enough to use the liquid glue. I know, it's not for everyone. It's a little challenge. All right, so I'm going to take some of these gold little things, like my technical terms, the gold bling called, what was it called? Gold faceted adhesive backed sequins, and put those on. Look at a little secret. Look, they have little moons too. Isn't that cute? So you got little moons, the little tiny sequins, medium sequins, and then these large little teardrop ones, which are really cute too. So this is going to be free if your order is $50 or more, along with the kits. So just an FYI on that. You can order here using that code to make that happen. All right, so there's card number 1. Let's go to card number 2, which they're all way over here. Let's go with this one. You guys, I think this die is worth the price of admission all by itself. I love this die. All right, so card number 2 is featuring Pale Papaya as the card base. And we're going to use Sahara Sand and a piece of basic white. And these, I'm not stamping or doing anything on it, so I'm going to go ahead and just add some liquid glue to this. And again, less is more with the liquid glue, otherwise you end up with a squishy, sticky mess. All right, so I'm going to just tape that down, like so. Hi, Linda. All right, and then next I'm going to apply some of these little doodads here. So I die cut these from the, oh, and you know what? I didn't do the same colors as I did last time. I liked my color combos, but that's all right. We'll make it work. I die cut these from the pattern paper. So I'm gonna put those there, and then I'll stick this one. Oh, I probably should have done, actually, I want it to be just on the white, so I'm going to move that over a little bit. And you're kind of putting them in rows, so I'm lining up these guys here so that end to end and end to end, but I'm making sure they kind of tuck into those little spots. So you can see this one goes off the edge, and that one goes off the edge, and that one goes off the edge, but that's okay. In fact, I probably should have done this before I attached the white to that, but we'll make it work, my friends. So I'm going to go ahead, tape this down first. So we're going to use just a little bit of liquid glue. And I can put a little bit on these ends so that it stays stuck and doesn't lift. So, right about there. Looks good. See, now I can move that around because I was using the liquid glue. I just want to put glue on the bottom because I'm going to tape the other part off, cut the other part off. All right, we'll put that here, like so. And then one more down here. You know what reopened is Dairy Queen, you guys. Dairy Queen is open again on the Cape. It closes for a few weeks in the winter. So Nate got me a Valentine or sweetheart cake, I think they called. Little Dairy Queen ice cream cake. So good. So excited. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and add this one. I'm going to add, again, a little bit of glue on these little ends so that it doesn't lift. And this is the one where you want to kind of tuck it into those little notches, right? Whoops. And then I'll do this one. Okay. And again, if you do this card, attach these before you put the white onto the Sahara Sand. It's just going to make your life a little bit easier, and I'll show you why in a second. So I want to cut these off, but I want them to cut it off at the white. So I'm going to have to carefully cut along this, which would be a lot easier if I hadn't already stuck it to the Sahara sand. But you guys, we will make it work. There we go. Okay, so there's that one. And then this one's just a tiny bit, so I'm just gonna snip that off. And then we'll do the same thing with this one. Carefully snip that off. Again, much easier if you do that before you tape it to the white, okay? So do as I say, not as I do, right? All right, so just gonna close. I have a chat that popped up over my stuff. No Dairy Queen near you. That it is very dangerous. You know what's even worse is that I can drive to it and there's a drive-through, which means I can go in my pajamas. And it actually was the same way when I lived in Harwichport. There was one right around the corner. So I think usually at some point every summer I institute the rule that if I want Dairy Queen, I have to walk for it, because otherwise it's just a bad thing. Cream and Cone opened too. I don't really go to Cream and Cone. I usually go to Seafood Sam's or Original Seafood. Those are my two favorite here on the Cape if you're ever visiting. I really like Original Seafood. It's a little pricey, although I think all seafood is pricey here on the Cape, but it's really good and they have really good sized portions. But I do really like Seafood Sam's too. All right, so I'm going to tape this little, I just tore the edge of that. And now I'm just attaching it to this, okay, like so. So that's why you wanted to do these first, because then I'm going to attach that strip, that torn strip over the edge there. You could move them over a little bit more if you wanted to, but it's fine. It's all good. Gives it kind of like that, I don't know, Western feel, I guess. I don't know what I'm trying to say. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap that twice with this basic gray Essentials twine. And the gray is not in this color family. It's kind of a grayish color here, grayish mix, but it's not really one of the listed colors, but I think it works really well with this collection. So I paired it with this set of projects. Also because I know I have a ton of it, so I knew I'd have enough for everybody's projects. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and tie that there. And then just tie a bow. I always like to tie a knot first. It just kind of gives you a little more stability. And then the bow. And we can make this a little bit of a floofy bow. Apparently I'm popular right now. Like that. Okay. And I'm going to just go ahead, snip that down. And snip that down. And now we can attach this to our base. And I'm going to use some dimensionals for that, just because there's ribbon wrapped around it. So it just gives it a little bit more room so it's not bumpy. So I'm going to just go ahead. Whoops, that was kind of close to the edge, but that's okay. Put some here. I'm just using my edges because, gasp, I'm almost out of dimensionals. I don't know how this happens. It's a travesty. You'd think I'd be more reserved with my use of them, but I'm not. This is kind of hanging off, so I'm just gonna, I kind of put it too close to the edge. Let's just take that off. All right. English major Y, what did I say? Did I say something ridiculous? Probably. Hey, I can write it, I just don't speak it, my friends. But yes, I am an English major, or was an English major. All right. And, you know, they used to let me be on the radio too. Shocking, isn't it? All right, so now I punched my basic white with a 1 3/4 inch circle punch, which I kept. We don't have them anymore, but you could use a die or a punch or whatever you have. And then I'm stamping this sentiment, which says, "You are what sunshine feels like." Toward, did I say toward? What did I say toward for? Tired? Was that supposed to be tired? I don't even know what I said, you guys. All right. Stamp that like so. Straight down, straight up when you stamp so you don't catch the edges. Oh, don't do that either. That's not good. And I don't even have leggings on today. Usually I have black leggings on so that I can wipe it on my pants, but I do not have that because I have to go to work. All right, so torn. Oh, toward. Yes, toward. I did say that. I kind of corrected myself, I think. All right, let's go ahead and put this on with some dimensionals as well. And then we'll add a little bit of bling. And we'll be done with card number 2. I really love this collection. I think it's really pretty. Liking it. All right, so there's number 2. I love this die. It's just so cool. All right, wait, before I move on, we need the embellishments. I am going to grab this, and we're going to use a couple of these. Let's just go ahead and put that there, and that one here, and we'll add another one up here, like that. So you can see on my original one, I used that pale papaya color, which I kind of liked better, but I forgot to cut that one. So we used the other ones, and it still works. So there's card number 2. Let's go ahead and do the last one. All right, so looks like I already got ink on this, but whatever, we'll make it work. I'm going to fold a piece of Calypso Coral cardstock in half. This is 8.5 by 5.5, and I scored it at 4 1/4. And then we're going to use a piece of basic white that's 4 by 5 1/4. So let me just clean off my stamp because, yeah, the font is fun. I like it too, Donna. I'm going to clean this off because I only have one of these large blocks. I should get another one. And I'm going to use the other, like, what is it called? Border. I'm going to use the other border stamp, so I need to switch that one out. So we're going to use this one instead. Put that over there. I'm going to use Calypso Coral ink, and we're going to use some Stampin' Off. So again, so this time I'm going to ink up my stamp in the Calypso Coral, and I'm going to go straight to my cardstock, kind of right about there on an angle, okay? Now, I do not want to, well, I probably could because it's smaller. You're just going to be careful when you re-ink, because I don't know if you can see it, but see how where it took the ink off, there's a like really deep, yeah, I should be able to do it. There's a really deep like edge right here and right here. Here, I'm going to show you. So right where these lines are, it just gets really dark and then goes light again. So if I was to stamp that on my project, it would have been fine because it was only going to be that little section in the middle. But if you stamp it on your project like that, it shows that little dark mark. So that's not normally what you want to look like. I could have done it because it would have been just this little corner, so it wouldn't have shown those two pieces, but I just wanted to show you what it does. If you stamp off, but it didn't take all the ink off the first time. So like I didn't, because it was half on the page and half off, it left the ink kind of where those edges were. So I'm going to stamp it off now. And now that's all the same color, and I can stamp below like that. Okay. Does that make sense? Hopefully. I don't know. Who knows? I'm going to actually, there's a little corner here, so I'm going to stamp full strength here. But again, I'm not going to go right to my cardstock because otherwise I'm going to get that weird little thing going on. So I'm going to go ahead, ink this up one more time. Actually, probably a couple more times. I'm going to stamp it off. I could stamp it up here again, but it's just easier for me to line up one at a time. So I want stamped off here because I'm alternating. And then this one's going to be full strength. However, it's not going to reach, see, it barely reached here. It's not going to reach all, actually it might. Actually, I think it will. Let's just do it. I was going to say I could do half and half. We're going to wing it. Yeah, see, like you can see just the edge, like that squared edge, but I think it's fine. So what you could do is stamp half and then half, and there'd be like a hole in the middle, but your flower is going to cover it. So I'm okay with the way that looks. So it's almost there. It almost made it. We'll be fine. All right, so now I'm going to take Pale Papaya and the large flower image and my scrap paper here, which there's ink on it, but it's fine because I don't really need all of it. I just need a little part of it. And I'm going to stamp the flower. Okay, and we're going to cut that out again with our little mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss. So clear that out, and we'll put this on here like so. We'll get our flower. Hopefully I die cut it a little better this time than I did the last time. All right, put that there. Carefully stick this on top. You could use some washi tape if you wanted to make sure that stayed in place, but I like to live on the edge, you guys. I like a little risk. All right, Why did it get stuck? Oh, because there's an extra piece of paper in there. Whoopsie. Okay. And then we're gonna die cut that. There, I did a much better job with that one. Take these out of the way. Get this out of the way. And now we're gonna add that flower to this panel, but first we need a little ribbon. We need a little texture. So I'm gonna grab that basic gray twine again. And I'm gonna wrap twice. Cut that off. We're gonna do a bow again. I know it's your favorite, but it just adds a little something, my friends. So again, I like to tie a knot first, and even better with something like this, I'll tie the knot and then I'll attach it to my card base, which just gives it even a little bit more stability. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna move this down a little bit. I want it more like that. And I'm gonna probably put that on right about there, which I think will be good. So I'm gonna go ahead and tape this down. Actually, no, I did tape it flat. Again, the tape runner would probably be easiest here, but I'm just gonna use my liquid glue. It will work. And I'm gonna get the dog hair off my card. Make sure my ends are not taped underneath the white. And I'm gonna tape that down. I'm gonna move that up a little bit so it's straight. Tape that down. Voila. Okay, now I can attach my little flower with some dimensionals. Again, I'm using up all my minis because I did not stock my dimensionals properly. It's horrible. So as soon as I'm done here, I get to go back home and have lunch/dinner with the pup. And then I go off to the little side job. I'm gonna put it like right about here. And then I will tie that bow. Just made it a little bit easier because it was already secured. And you notice I waited for that white piece to really secure because it was the liquid glue. So I gave it a couple minutes before I tried to tie a bow. I just wanted a little bit extra oomph there. I'm gonna trim that down. Got a nice cute little curly bow. We need a sentiment for this, so what I did was I took a little strip of white because the sentiment does technically, well, not in this one. In my original one, it fit in between those lines. So you could make it so that you were sure you had enough space between, but I just found it's easier if I stamp it on this piece. It is really beautiful, Patty, and it's one of those sleeper sets where I just didn't really think I needed it until you start playing with it, and it's got so much versatility, and I really feel like you could even do masculine cards with it too, depending on your color scheme. So there we go. It's a little crooked. Let's see if I can do a better job this time around. It's straighter, it's a little more to the top, but it'll work. Okay, so now this is just gonna get tucked in here, but I need to trim it down. So let's cut this pretty close. Let's see if I can get it. I don't want it to go all the way in. Ooh, it's just tight. There we go. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and tape it on here. And then I'll trim off the end again once it's stuck. So right about there. I'm going to use that line right there to keep it straight. Whoops. See how much give it has with the liquid glue? Let that rest for a minute. And again, probably a good idea to have done that before I had taped it to the card. But you know me. And now, look, I didn't let it sit long enough, but it's fine. All right, come on. Yeah, and now it wants to stick. Nope, you're not ready. There we go. That is the beauty of that liquid glue. You got a few minutes before it's too late. I kind of cut that a little weird, so I'll fix that in a second. But before I do that, let's add some more bling to this one. All right, this little guy is bugging me. I'm gonna trim him down a little bit more. Okay, and we're gonna add, I don't know why I'm using my scissors today instead of my Take Your Pick tool. Let's go ahead and add, whoop, hey, what are you doing? Oh, goodness. Do that, and then 2 and 3. And there you have card number 3. Hi, Marcia. Happy, I think it was this week that was your birthday, right? Happy birthday week. And there you have it, our 3 cards for today. I'd love to know which one is your favorite. Let me put them in order. So we did, I know which one's my favorite, but I'm curious to see which one's your favorite. So we have 1, 2, and 3. Which one do you like best? 1, 2, 3. So again, if you want the card kits, order with the host code by Sunday, and I will put in the order on Monday for all the embellishments, because if your order is $50 or more, you get the full pack of embellishments along with the kits, and of course you'll get your celebration reward too. So feel free to do that if you'd like these card kits delivered to your door. A little happy mail is always good, right? And my little Valentine gift for you is to do this little virtual class this week. So hopefully you got some inspiration, and if you have this set, I can't wait to see what you create with it, because it is very versatile. And yeah, thanks so much for joining me. What do we got? We got 2, hard to decide. We got a 1. Let's see, hold on. You guys are going fast and furious over here. 3rd, okay. I need that. Yes, this thing is the best. The Take Your Pick tool. Where did I put it? It's the best. This is my other one, but it has a pokey tool on one end and then that picker tool, which is great. All right, so we've got 3, 1, 2, 1. Why won't it go? Come on. My computer's being weird. Oh, stop it. 2, 1. All sorts of ones here. Oh, I don't know what just happened. There we go. I don't know. I'll have to count them up because the computer's being weird and flipping around, so we'll just leave it. But it looks like you like a good mix of all of them. I think personally, I actually really do like them all. But I think this one, or maybe this one's my favorite. I don't know. It's too hard to decide. I really like these. These are really cute cards. And like I said, it's just got a lot of versatility, and I really like the color combo too. So, hopefully you enjoyed our class today. Be sure to let me know if you have any questions, and I will see you next week for our video on Tuesday, YouTube Live at 2 p.m. Eastern, and then Thursday Throwdown next Thursday, which will be back to our usual kind of Thursday Throwdown plan rather than a virtual card class. So I hope you guys have a great week, and happy Valentine's Day a couple days late, and I will see you all again really soon. Have a great week. Bye for now.